Good evening, everyone. Engineer Ben Akaneme met Mazi in Owerri. But I met Mazi here in Lagos at the University of Nigerian Alumni Association. I am not surprised with what is going on today, because I didn't have a second opportunity of making that first impression that he has dramatized today. And I think he needs a round of applause with his team. Please, in spite of the fact that the conspiracy is to make me the last speaker and conscript my time to just 5 or 6 minutes, give another round of applause to everyone who has spoken before me. I didn't have the privilege to listen to the first set of speakers because, again, and I hope some of you will not be scandalized, it looks like a corporate gathering. But I lead one of the mass movements in this country, the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights. First led by Dr. Peko Antonfuti, Professor Yagi, Femi Falana, and the ex-president. So, never mind my jacket, we are not that gentle. I'm going to practically speak about some professional bodies and what they ought to do to enhance leadership in Nigeria in present times. Because the question is the role of professionals and entrepreneurs in enhancing or improving leadership in Nigeria. I would imagine that given our peculiar circumstances, we must necessarily come out of our comfort zones, even as professionals. And who are professionals? Those with learning and skills. You have them gathering in some professional bodies, MBA, where we are now, the Institute of Bankers, you have NMA, you have even student bodies, you have, more importantly, the media. Now, my question is this. If we fail to leverage on that learning and skill as professionals, to what extent will those learning and skill impact on the general global environment that you find yourself? So much so that when you have the success you seek as an individual professional, you may have all of those successes wiped out by the environment that you find yourself. So for me, it is inexcusable that we will not make practical impacts in the processes and in the environment in which we find ourselves even as professionals. Now I take the Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, the accounting profession, those in the corporate world. Imagine what the financial processes in this country will be up to the budgeting processes and the implementation of those budgets if such an organization, beyond their core mandates, decides as a policy to enhance participatory democracy in Nigeria, decides that they will be able to give out data, much more criticized and examined data beyond what the Bureau of National Statistics are producing, with a view to ensuring that there will be measurable benchmarks with respect to what the government is providing. Imagine that. If you take the Nigerian Bar Association, where I belong, beyond the fact that we pay our professional fees and we go to courts and all that, if we decide to take deliberate steps, for instance, and create a unit right in the National Assembly and in the respective states' houses of assemblies, where these laws are churned out and ensure that we participate at that level. You'll be certain about the quality and content of the laws that will come out. Just so that we reduce the fight that we have to do when the deeds are done. Now, I give you two examples on that. There is a revolutionary legislation in place at the moment. It is called the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Section 34 of that act, by the way, came into effect on the 13th of May 2015, which was a parting gift by the General Administration. Section 34 of that act insists that Chief Judge of every state must appoint or designate the chief magistrate or a magistrate in the jurisdiction where he or she operates, with a view to having monthly visitations to detention facilities in the country. Now, what that does is that if it is enforced, and I have just directed that every branch of CDHR in 20 states must, before the end of this month, write specific letters to the chief judge of each state requesting that such appointments or designation must be made. It achieves two things. One is that, using the congestion we all talk about, the right to dignity that are lacking will be curtailed from that level. Because what the magistrate does is that he goes to these detention facilities, the detaining officers, not just the police stations, you have immigration, you have customs, you have NDLA, all of these have detention facilities. They are obligated to supply to that visiting magistrate copies and records of every person who is detained there. Besides that, I'm sure my learned friend is here, he is obligated to explain why the detention is still continuing. If he's unable to do that, she, pursuant to that section, has the power to grant such a person bail. If bail is granted and she finds that such bail is, the conditions are punitive, we already will record the congestion of prison facilities. Now, much more important than that, as far as I'm concerned, is the need for participation. I do not find the utility of being a professional if your professional training has no place in the global political processes in the country. I give an example. Those who choose to shy away because they are professionals will have to contend with the unprofessional policies of those who are not professionals. Right or wrong? Yes. And this is precisely why I asked the engineer, would you extrapolate your analysis to go beyond, again it's called office politics. I think it would have been more euphemistic to say corporate politics, just so that we reduce what negative, impact we could be. But if it is certain that politics, as he told us, is a strategy to bring to fruition all of the goals you have set out for yourself, then professional bodies in Nigeria must unanimously agree to participate in the national politics. And I think that when that happens, the stakes will be higher, the entrance will be more encouraging, persons who are dissuaded to be part of it will be encouraged to be part of the processes, and ultimately will have the best for themselves. Finally, organizations and professional bodies such as the ones you find yourselves as corporate practitioners must make deliberate efforts to critique the aspects of government policies that affect their own profession. Enemy would have done this country a great deal of help if, in spite of the conditions for qualification for leadership, which is limited to just age and certification. They are also able to campaign, given the experience we have had from the penultimate president, Yar'Adua, as well as the present and current president, that issues of health should also constitute part of the criteria and conditions for, qualification. If we did that, you won't have a situation where your president will have to be out of the country for as much as like his 100 days, and then comes back to tell you that he takes his time. He takes decision, as well as spending 6 months before appointing ministers. We are presently harvesting that indiscretion. Thank you very much.